If you're a painting contractor that uses PaintScout, I want to show you the most underutilized feature that I think saves the most amount of time for your estimators when it comes to generating quotes, and that is templates. But there's a little bit of strategy in how you set up your templates to save the most amount of time for your estimators, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. And by the way, if you don't use PaintScout, check this out because this is a very, very powerful tool that can save you and your estimators a lot of time and help you look more professional to the customers that you're giving quotes to. All right, so the first thing is, like most estimate softwares on the market, there's a lot of them. But the thing that is really powerful about PaintScout is that you have a company who is dedicated to making the best painting estimates specifically. So it helps generate quotes, obviously, very easily, but also work orders that have the amount of paint and time estimates and everything that your team needs to see when they're working on the project. So I want to just jump into this, but if you go through, I'm going to show you, first of all, as an estimator, if I don't have templates set up, I would come in here and click new estimate, and I can choose the type of estimate, which is different than the template. Many of my clients did not realize that the type is one thing to just categorize, are we bidding an interior and exterior cabinets, carpentry, whatever it is. But if I'm going to bid a cabinets job, now I get into the quote here. And by the way, the filling in the contact address, the job address, this is more stuff that takes time. I'll create a separate video and link that in the description or in the cards here for you to check out how to eliminate the need to create all the contact information in your quotes. But in this video, what I want to dive into specifically is the estimates and what we can do to streamline this. So again, I'm creating a cabinet estimate. And now normally what I would have to do as an estimator is I click this, I put in all the information, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to add some standard line items that I always add in. So it could be, cabinet scope of work. So I click to add that in every time. And then I might also say I'm doing an area. So this would be the kitchen. And we are doing walls. And I'm going to add a surface. Doors. So whatever the normal things are that you add, there's going to be several different things in here. And you might have a special way that you like to bid cabinets. But again, the point that I want to make is there are certain things that are just very common that people need to add in. And it takes a while to do that. One off on each of these things. So I'm going to throw in a couple other things here. Let's do the trim, baseboards. All right. So in this case, whatever else you're going to add, you've got your ceiling, walls, etc. And maybe you always include like a standard upgrade option. So there's like an option to add in a complimentary color consult or something if they would like to take advantage of that. Whatever the thing is, the point is that you need to look at your quotes that you give for cabinets and put all the information that you need in the estimate. And then there are a couple ways to save, to create templates. If I'm actively making a template or making a quote right now or an estimate, I can go in here and click the, first I'm going to save this. And then I can go here and say, save as template. So now I can call this my cabinet template. And I'm just going to call this YouTube because I'm working on that. And I want to include it into the estimate type of cabinet. So this template will only be available when I am making a quote for a quote type of cabinet. So I can go ahead and confirm that. The other way that you can create templates is directly from the account settings and by going to the template section. But I like going back to look at the best quote that you've created in the past. So I can go in and see I've got an interior quote that I created for this person, and I really like how we structured this one. So I want to save this as my template. I just go right in here and click save as template, and then I can save that. But you might be thinking, well, it changes every time. Um, I don't want to just have to edit and modify everything. And I would agree with you, but there are certain things that you're going to just put in that are like, maybe it's like some fine print that you always want in here, or just like instructions or additional information about the quality of the paint that you're using, whatever it is. You can create, like, there are things that you do, and probably 40, 50, 60% of the quote is just like repetitive stuff that you're adding. Or maybe if you're creating a template for an exterior, you always have a front of the house or like a side of the house, and then you could just duplicate that side 3 or 4 times depending upon how the house is set up, and more easily go through creating that. So for example, if I was going to take this interior estimate here and turn it into a template, I'm going to first say, this is like, okay, I love this template. I'm going to go in and say here, save as template. And we're going to do interior YouTube example. This is going to be for interior, so I confirm. Now I want to go to my account settings, to the templates that I just created. So estimates, templates, and I have my interior one that I just made. So now I can go in here and say, because this was an actual quote for a particular customer, I'm going to archive these other ones that I don't, or maybe I'll leave the ceiling repairs in, the paint, that's fine, and additional colors. I like having all those things. So on this one, what I could do here is just change this to, we'll say call it floor, because this is, again, we're trying to create a template here. And we know that we're going to have, in this one, we've got living room, dining room. Let's take out the, remove this group. And so this is like a pretty common, like, we know that every house that we have is going to have a living room, dining room, entryway, for example. So I could go ahead and have that be the standard template. So now, again, because I've identified what I need to have in my quote for an interior, I can save this. And then when you're going to make an estimate in the future now, I can come in here and say, oh, I'm at a customer's house, I'm making a new interior, and I can just grab the interior template that I have, and now I'm starting much further along the process than if I just had a blank template or blank quote to fill out. So this is very powerful. There's another video, I'll also link this in there, that I want to show you how, just like I'm all about how do we save clicks and save 15 seconds here, a minute here, 2 minutes here, and it just streamlines the whole process for your estimators. They're able to run more appointments in the same time frame, and likely you can get to a point where you are sending quotes to the customer same day. I actually have many clients that present the quote to the customer at the appointment. So like, let me walk around your house, get all the details, and because they're leveraging templates, they're able to very, very efficiently create the entire quote that's super accurate and actually show that to the customer on the spot. And a lot of times even get deposits on the spot before they ever leave. So that is the power of using templates. And by the way, if you have other questions around PaintScout, drop them in the comments below. What else would you like to see regarding this? But I want to make as much content around the painting world as I can, because that's what Boolean does. We automate business processes for painting companies, and we also have one of the best review softwares that helps you get Google reviews, but not just regular Google reviews. We're talking about fantastic ones with stories, pictures, just like amazing keywords that are going to help leverage your brand in the marketplace and crush your competition when it comes to Google reviews and people calling you. So thanks so much for watching. This is Boolean, where we free you up to do what you love. We'll see you next time.